This is Obaya Ejewa reporting for DNT News. Today I'll be interviewing a young man by the name of Orura Sarkodie. Orura Sarkodie is a native of Ghana, West Africa. Orura is running for councillor at large and mayor for the city of Worcester, Massachusetts. Come with me and let's chat with Orura Sarkodie. Orura, can you tell us the difference between councillor at large and mayor? Because it seems like you're running for councillor at large and mayor of the city of Worcester. So can you explain?
Okay, so the Worcester Charter, I think they had it in such a way that we have district councillors in Worcester who have in all the districts we have a district councillor and we have a councillor at large. So the councillor at large is someone who oversees the entire. So everyone in Worcester can vote for a councillor at large. Okay. And the mayor is also a councillor at large. Okay. But whoever gets the majority in the mayorship race, who checked who checked himself or herself out to also be in the mayorship race, could be the mayor of Worcester. So I'm running for councillor at large and mayor. So hoping that when I get the majority in the race, I can be the mayor.
Okay.
So whoever automatically, so just so people would know it, the mayor is also a councillor at large. Okay. But he got the majority. That's why he became the mayor.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for clarifying it, because I'm sure our viewers are wondering what the difference are.
Yep.
I just want to get a little background as to how you started and why you decided to go into politics.
Well, Orura Sarkodie is a young man. I still consider myself as a young guy. I feel like I will never grow. So I've had a lot of people who've told me since I was a kid, like, this guy, you have something in you that you don't know. I didn't even know it. You know, people will invite me into competitions when I was a kid.
Wow.
They would, like, spelling bees. They will come like this area. I grew up in Ashtown, anyways.
In Ghana.
In Ghana,
Kumasi,
and there was so much competition. Kumasi, yep. And people will be like, even as now, people will comment on my Facebook post like, if you knew this guy, you would never be surprised.
Wow.
I didn't even know myself. You know, so in my school too, I went to competitive schools. Cambridge International, every Friday we do like spelling bee. It was so competitive, our sections. And I went to a Pokuwari school. Pokuwari school too is like, there's too much competition over there. You know, the students, we compete, we survive on competition. So when I came back, when I came to the United States, my dad, like I keep saying, he's a savvy politician. Okay. He would bring the Boston Globe article there, Bill Clinton when he was going, like, yeah, we'll go to Clinton campaigns and stuff. So that was where I started feeling like, wow, I think I have some political thing. Okay. Because sometimes when I talk to people, they're like, wow, are you a politician? Like, no, people will be like, wow, like, you know, you have something in you. Maybe you don't even know. So in college too, I had some friends, some Nigerians who be like, hey, Orura, we feel like, why don't you stop whatever you're doing and go to politics? I'm like, come on, you guys, you know, I don't think I'm cut for politics. That's what I keep telling them.
You feel as if you were born to do this.
Yeah, sometimes like, you know.
When and why did you decide to run for, you know, public office here in the city of Worcester, Massachusetts?
Okay, so my decision, I started back in 2004 when John Kerry was coming. And we used to go for the Democratic Town Committee meetings at Tatney Square. Okay. You know, we find ways we got to make sure we put John Kerry in there. We're like, yeah. And at that time I couldn't even vote. But I'm like, no, we got to put John Kerry in there. So we did our best, and it wasn't the best, you know. But since then, I'm like, I think maybe I can do it, because I met a couple guys like Ed Augustus, you know, and Tim Murray. I met some Worcester politicians over there, you know, and I'm like, maybe one day it's something that I'm gonna do, but I need to prepare myself. You know, this is not a decision that you can make on your own. At that time, I wasn't married. I didn't even have my degree yet. But I'm like, no, one day I'm gonna come. Okay. So I would say, like, back in 2004, that was when I decided that I'm gonna come one day.
Okay. And you know, with the current state of anti-immigration condition in the United States right now, how do you think, or how impactful would you think it would affect your candidacy?
Well, I think it's unfortunate that we are in this state, but one thing that I've known is that there's something good with America that cannot be undone with what we're seeing right now. Okay. I believe in America so much. I believe in the people. I believe in how they can reshape their things, you know, from the Second World War, how America rose up and became a superpower and everything else. So I see this as a flicker. I see it as like, you know, a moment that will pass.
Okay.
So I choose not to define America by the current sentiments that we have that we're seeing over here. You know, we've all had a feel of it one way or the other. You know, we have parents crying about DCF cases, and we have people like, you know, people complain about like police brutality towards, like, you know, immigrants and, you know, minorities and stuff. But I have some hope that no, this is not the America I know. I know one day things are going to change.
Okay.
So I choose not to define America or even anything else based on this current state. You know, I tend to look forward like, wow, America is beautiful. America is always going to be beautiful.
So many may be asking, you know, what do you bring in to the people here in Worcester?
I would want, what I would bring to the table is, I'll bring hope to the next generation. I believe the future of America is in our next generation. For the youth, I believe that Worcester can develop from within, not from without. I believe that the future of Worcester is not in the sky, like, you know, the skyscrapers that are springing up in downtown, but in the ingenuity of our young guys, how to prepare them strongly. I want to be the ray of hope to those young generation. There are a whole lot of us who are not physically strong, or, you know, like, who are not capable of serving in the military. All right, I want to inspire a life of public service for the next generation, such that not all of us can go into the military, but we can serve like diligently and honorably at the Worcester City Hall. We can serve our people. I want to inspire a life of public service for the youth. You know, not everyone can be medical doctors, not everyone can be lawyers and everything else, but everyone can serve their community one way or the other. I want to inspire that the next phase, you know.
So, you know, the Ghanaian population is very, you know, high here in Worcester.
Yeah.
What are the chances right now, you know, as you stand, what can Ghanaians here or even Africans here in Worcester, what can we do to support you in this race?
So I think there couldn't be any better time as now.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay.
When I met Bill Clinton back in like 2008, he's like, wait for the perfect moment, take your time, and pick an issue and run on it. Bill Clinton ran on the deficit. I choose to run on education. I feel like Worcester can do better with our kids.
Nice.
When I check the Worcester Public School ranking in Massachusetts, we are 309th. That is not acceptable.
Wow.
I choose to be satisfied with the status quo. I feel like I have 4 kids in there, and like, it will be a disservice to me. I feel like one day they're gonna rise up and like, why didn't you do something?
Yeah.
You saw all this, you were capable, you were educated. Why didn't you do something?
Right.
You know, I feel like it will be a disservice for me if I don't rise up and see how best I can do to help the next generation. I would want to expand, like, you know, the Head Start program, which helps like struggling families, you know, because some of my kids went through the Head Start program, and it was great. Trust me, I love the program, and the outcome was different. You know, so I would want most Ghanaians. I know we are a growing population. A large segment of us, like when you go to most schools now, you can see some immigrant population in there. People are doing so great. We have so many, like, we are giving birth, we are growing, expanding, and everything else. I want us to start looking deep in ourselves and feel like we came from a place where there was limited opportunity.
Yes.
Thank God this is a land of opportunity. Let's take it. Let's make the most out of it. You know, one of my friends yesterday, he was saying, like, you know, you can best serve your country as a walking verb, as opposed to as a sleeping noun. I choose not to serve my people or my country or even my children as a noun.
Yes.
This is the land of opportunity.
Yes.
As a noun.
Yes.
I want opportunity, a walking one.
Yes.
Something that would be activated all the time. So that is what I hope to bring to the Ghanaians and the immigrants and even the poor people out there, that, hey, this is a blessed land, you know, make the most out of it, you know.
You know, it's hard for some, you know, Africans in general to come out when it's time to vote.
Yeah.
What can we do?
So
What can we do to really bring the numbers out to support you?
So right now, I would want us to spread the word.
Okay.
You know, when we spread the word, people know you a lot. I think it will motivate people, and I also believe that people vote based on issues.
Okay.
People don't vote based on personalities. If you were a personality per se, maybe I wouldn't have been counted. But I feel like what I bring to the table right now on the issue about education, making sure that our kids get the most out of it, making sure that the immigrant child or the poor white child is respected in their schools, making sure that the schools does not discriminate in their disciplinary, like, you know, principles and stuff.
Right.
You know, so I believe these are the issues that are going to affect, that are going to push people to vote. We also have our streets, which are like, let's say, like bad roads. We have our, like, you know, our rubbish that are sometimes like not picked up and stuff, and you know, people are complaining. I've done a lot of listening, you know, in all the districts in Worcester, and these are the issues that I think, you know, is been coming up. Our streets not being cleaned a lot. You know, we find like rubbish and, you know, refuse all over the place. So I think these are the issues that really affect, like, you know, Worcester voters, and these are what is going to drive them to the polls come September 10th.
You know, it is an honor to have, you know, one of the motherland, a candidate from Africa, who really started your journey from Africa,
Yeah.
you know, to come here in America and actually run for a position. We're so proud of you. And, you know, whatever it is that DNT can do to really assist you, please do not hesitate to reach out to DNT.
Trust me, it's been an honor being interviewed by your network. I heard about you, and I've seen the good work that you guys are doing. And I would encourage you to keep doing it. You know, this is one way of improving ourselves, improving our lifestyles, getting ourselves acquainted, and getting ourselves connected to. You know, trust me, I will never abandon my Ghanaian roots. It is a place that gave me so much, like, values. I had a lot of value system, you know, being raised in Ghana, for like, you know, for example. So it is something that I take it as an honor. I want to do it for the next generation. Like I keep saying, I want the next generation, the next child after me, to look back, be like, wow, this uncle, this brother, this cousin of ours, he came from nowhere. He even has an accent and he's fighting for us. So I want to be that ray of hope for the next generation. Those are what keeps me up every day. When I wake up every morning, I look at my kids, I'm like, you are not going to be a statistic. I tell them straight, you will never be a statistic so long as I'm alive. You know, I want the next generation to be like that. You will never going to be a statistic. You will, you know, the odds are so much tilted against the poor person. So much tilted against a person of color. The odds are tilted so much against someone who has an accent. But I want us to look at ourselves differently and have a different spirit, that we have this can-do spirit. That is the spirit of America. That is the spirit that raised America up from the ashes of the First and Second World Wars. We can do it. America did it. We can also do it.
Yes. So again, we thank you so much, and we wish you all the best of luck in this race. We know you'll do great, and we are, you know, encouraging every African who's in Worcester, you know, to come out and vote. And when is election time?
Election time is on September 10th this year. And if everything goes well as planned, after September 10th, we're going to have a mayoral debate. And the main election is going to be on November 5th.
Okay.
So September 10th, that's where we're going to sift out 3 of the candidates. We have 15 candidates running right now. We need 12.
Okay.
So after September 10th, I know I'm going to be in it.
Yes.
Afterwards, it's going to be myself and the mayor. Come on, Worcester. This is your man. You know, you couldn't get it any better than this time. I'm in there. I'm for you. I'm for your children.
Excellent.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. And if there's anything, like, again, that DNT can do to assist, please don't hesitate
I will
to
be
reach out
calling
to
you
us.
guys a lot. Thank you too. Appreciate it.
Pleasure meeting you.
Same here.